I do Tai Chi.
Yeah.
Because I'm such an hyper person, Tai Chi is something that will make me slow down. So every morning, it's Tai Chi, right? And then the other thing that really slows me down is playing jigsaw puzzles. So I keep ordering online. Now shook, no? I like this picture. I ordered, they deliver, I got present to open. Makes me happy.
That's good.
Yeah.
What I like to do to unwind is to go out, sweat, especially in the sun, right? And listen to music. When you start aging and your body starts, you know, slowly slowing down, if you are an active person, it can be quite frustrating because your mind and your soul is telling you you can do it, but your body is telling you you've got an injury here, be careful. And this is one of the frustrating things I'm finding at this stage in my life.
I'm still doing drama now. We've got rehearsals for performance. Then you have to memorize script, you have to memorize blocking. It's good for the brain.
You look like a natural.
That's what my students said too. Say, ma'am, what are you going to do when you retire? I say, drama lah. I'm drama queen here, right? I should continue to drama lah.
我姓马，马素珠啊，我今年66岁。有时候啊，带小朋友出去玩，出去玩小朋友就说啊，阿嬷你在跳什么舞啊？我也要跟你学跳舞。我说那我是谁呀？他说你是西亚阿嬷啊。我感觉说怎么这么开心，小朋友都在记得说我是西亚阿嬷这样子。
我我27个，今年40年出的，40年出的就是72岁。都去跳啦，因遐拢会含我安尼开讲啊，我就含伊讲笑亏啦，我就讲来要跳来，我就甲因拼。上介意爱摇彩地，安尼摇脚床头，安尼摇摇安尼摇，偌好咧，摇唔甲会身材甲会好，对无？
我嘛是来正欢喜，拢会来支持。讲赶讲人个时间到，你又好看去，唔通迟到。老师来等啊，安尼唔好势。
我是在服务业大卖场上班的，之前就是里面有比较有心得的事情可以讲，然后带小朋友去上班这样而已。
退休进前哦，甲阮老公斗布车啊，做工课啦、田林啦，加减啊甲斗烤草啦、斗三工安尼。跳街舞，跳有较欢喜啦，较袂讲想讲要创的。
这种街舞跟一般的都不一样哦，比较年轻化，感觉说我们可以学习看，出来交流，又出来互动，又可以练到东西，更好的就是身体比较健康，比较灵活，又有活力。
听说这群阿嬷跳舞很厉害，我们来找她尬舞。
这样我们不错吧？
他们好强哦！相信他们应该很少有是这种老师，又是同时是孙子的身份去跟他们玩，或做一个拍影片，或者是聊聊天啊，玩搞笑玩闹的一些这个方式。 因为我们知道教长辈们，他们可能听不懂我们一些舞蹈的专业术语，那我们会透过他们的日常生活，例如他们有时候来的话，他们会先打扫，然后可能会切西瓜或煮饭，那我们会透过这些生活的一些动作植入到我们的舞蹈。这样子，例如可能有一些动作，它是切西瓜嘛，那我们可能会植入变成切西瓜，然后告诉他这动作怎么做，并且让变成一个图像记忆法。我是没有到非常有那么多的压力，那只是说这次因为是带长辈他们上去，反而我有更大的压力，因为从2年前我们刚准备教他们跳舞嘛，那他们从零到有都是我们一手带起来的。那刚好这次我们一次要上去这么大的舞台，那对于有些长辈来说，他们是第一次，因为主要我是就是帮他们圆梦。
我今天要去台北小巨蛋啊，从嘉义出发，要表演的心情很开心、很兴奋，要发光发热。
困头听到哦，要来小巨蛋的迄阵哦，听到都真欢喜，想讲好，有勇敢来下面拼。4点就精神咧准备啊，准备咧欢喜要来啊。
哇，到这个会啊哈，我都去小巨蛋了，真的很值得啦。
当时我们选择它，是因为它是一个指标性的舞台，所以我们在搭建这个舞台的那个技术团队都会说：哇，你们这个就媲美张学友的舞台哎！我说对，就是这样，我们就是想要给长辈这个非常棒的一个舞台。不管是我们做很多的 project， 都是希望创造整个台湾面对高龄是很正向的，迎接这个高龄的到来。这样，2025年台湾即将进入的是超高龄社会，就是每5个人里面有1个就是高龄的长者。但是你一定也会看到很多人在谈健康老化，仿佛只有就是它是很活跃的，它是很有活力的，然后它是充满正向希望的这样。可是我觉得人难免走到人生的最后这10-20年，你健康状态都很难讲，所以我更觉得应该是用正向的态度来面对自己的任何的情况。
透过这个嘻哈舞，他们家里的孙子辈，他们就觉得说，哦，我的阿公阿嬷很酷，心理生理其实都很大的进步。他们就觉得，哦，那好像跟别的长者不太一样。
Dancing is a good activity, not just in physiology, also in mental wellness. We have done some randomized control trials that if you have seniors continuing doing dancing, we call it somatosensory video dancing. So there's a dancing machine in front of you, a big screen. So you follow the screen and dance to see how much score you get. And when they completed 6 months of dancing 3 times a week, we found that they are not just physically improved, mentally as well. They're improving in their cognition, reducing the depressive symptom. They improve their resilience. Resilience is the ability to cope with the adverse stressors. 好，可以打字。
哦，啊，怎么在跳的时阵，因拢敢拍鼓啊，搁敢咻咻叫，哦，足有信心的。
跟他们在家里都很像啊，他们都很开朗，然后就是不会特别的那边扭扭捏捏的，在上台是表演的很开放。你很棒，跳得很好。
卖事事啊，卖互咱操烦啦吼。老公啊对咱袂歹啦，啊囝甲孙拢对咱袂歹，啊咱就卖操烦。有班怎啊意思？咱像讲啊，你是大人好，啊事事就看我啊，就袂甲咱讲啊。啊你老伙啊安尼，啊老少年就安尼做，啊定着拢有帮助咯。
长辈其实某个程度他很怕麻烦别人，很怕造成别人的困扰，然后也很担心自己越来越没有用。这个都是我觉得普遍在长者里面我们看到的心理的状态。但我们身为一个社福组织，我们能做的当然是透过很多的方案去探索他内在里面是不是有，比如说人生有遗憾。然后，或者是有哪一些他未尽的事宜，就是他觉得没有做完，如果有一天离开这个人世间，会觉得啊，很可惜这样子。那这些都是为了希望让他的心理可以越来越健康，去接受自己的老后，甚至是在他人生的最后这一段是可以很圆满的。
所以讲吼，这嘛是咱一生中吼上欢喜。比结婚更加欢喜，对不对？过年啊，
多谢这个大时代吼，我才有这个机会来到这个小巨蛋，啊，嘛会使互大家有一个梦想，在这小巨蛋，等下咱会使公益讲，咱有去小巨蛋发光发热，好不好？
大家拢利用这个花一个时间出来做为活动啊，对，啊嘛，会当跟咱联谊家呢，哦，大家慢慢找遐鸡排啊，啊发食好啊。
会鼓励弟妹准备他们多出来走一走，因为出来大家互动、聊天、交流，这样大家会很开心，跟年轻人交谈，啊，就会很快乐了。啊，跟长辈，我们跟长辈也多。交谈的不错，大家都很开心看人。
Calmness comes from a state of mind. Everything can be solved just by having a good state of mind. Music really helps. When I play, I'm in a very good state of mind.
For me, I will go on long bus rides.
Correct.
And then I will actually listen to podcasts. So, Uncle Dick, do you think happiness is important?
It's important, but it's not easy to be happy every day, is it? You think?
Yeah. I always have like events to look forward to.
Events,
I will always do like, I always plan my schedule ahead of time.
Good, that's
and
good.
Then,
good planning.
And then through my ordinary life itself, there's always something which I can look forward to. Yeah.
So you must have planned quite a lot of events in a week, your schedule.
I mean, I make sure that it isn't as jam-packed. At the same time, I always make sure that I've rest. That's very important. Like after working, after socializing with others, we also need our alone time just to engage in a series of self-reflections.
Nisha Nisha Khattiwara. I'm 18 years old, school advocate and activist, making Thai school a better place for every student. When you suffer a mental health problem, it's more important that you have a safe place to stay. The safe place can mean online, for example, an urgent call, or a psychiatrist, or a hospital, or on-site. You can build a cafe maybe, or a group talk to make the people know that they have a way and they have someone to listen to them. I think that is the most important thing that needs to be done right now. My advocate journey started when I was 14. I have a group of friends who have problems in their school, such as stress or problem with teacher, problem with homework, academic problems, and they are very affected by those issues. Some of them, they just keep themselves in the room, don't talk to anybody. Some of them just post on Instagram stories and disappear. It's made me realize that the school should be a safer place and no more students need to feel bad in the school.
Young people in Thailand nowadays live in a very fast-changing society that, on the one hand, offers many opportunities in terms of access to communication with their peers, not just in Thailand, but also abroad. On the other hand, it is a moment of great anxiety also and uncertainty for the world overall. 15% of young people in Thailand aged 15 to 24 are not in employment, education, or training. We also know that we are encountering a global learning crisis that was exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. At the same time, there's some phenomena like climate change who has really put so much stress on everybody, including young people. There is a growing intergenerational gap in Thailand and overall a lack of empathy between generations. The vision about the world that young people have is very different from the vision that their parents have. This has created a lot of tensions within families, within schools, and within communities overall. There is also an overall idea that young people should not talk until they grow up, really. And we need to change that perception.
I form an activity which allows the class leader from each class to discuss with parents and teacher. That activity have gained a lot of positive, inspirational things. I realized that my little action can affect a bigger picture. The thing that exists back in the days are not working, so we need to do something that is more effective and more easy and more friendly to the students. So we started an activity called 7 Free Space. We have one board that we talk about the relationship in your family or the relationship with your teacher. And the last type of board that we have in the activity is the positive board, which we have a heart sticker and we have a topic that, okay, do you have any inspirational quotes to share with your friends who are struggling with problems and spread their kindness and positivity? We divided our work into 3 ways. The first one is on-site, which we will do an activity that we bring materials to the students and they can interact it face-to-face. The second type is online, which we will create a questionnaire by Google and Facebook and Instagram, and they can participate with us online. This type will be anonymous. And our last type, we do campaigns and coordinate with other organizations outside the school. Student Reflect work is advocacy work. It's gained interest for many students. Like at first they don't know like what they will do about their thoughts on the school, and then later we influence them to speak up.
ทำงานกับนิชาสนุกค่ะน้องเป็นคนไฟแรงแล้วก็โยนอะไรให้เขาก็จะแบบคิดต่อไปเรื่อยๆค่ะ
Our main strategy is to create a young leaders who will aware of kindness and empathy, which is we call kindness leader.
นิชาเนี่ยเขาก็เล่าว่าเขาไปได้แรงบันดาลใจมาจากทางมาเลเซียที่เขาทำคอนเฟอเรนซ์เรื่องของการยุติการรังแกใช่ไหมคะแล้วพอเขาเอามาเล่าเนี่ยเราพบว่าแบบประกายต่อในตาน้องเขาค่อนข้างว้าวมากๆแล้วก็แบบบวกกับเราสนใจในวิทยาอยู่แล้วเลยอยากจะเอาตรงนี้ไปเติมโน้ตฮาวให้น้องเพิ่มประมาณนั้นค่ะ
You can see that there are many problems in each country that is very alike. And I think that meeting with several other countries, friends and officers make me to realize even more that and we're not alone to solve and try to make a difference in that problems.
We do see some polarization of the understanding and literacy of mental health among our young people. So it is very important that we pay attention to the mental health literacy and awareness of our population. Mental health literacy comprises of three parts. One part is really to be aware of what is mental health and mental wellness. Second part is really to be aware that occasionally or from time to time, we may have a moment of distress emotionally or psychologically. The third is really being able to know where are the resources and help that is available to us in a community or in an environment so that we can seek help ourselves or we can direct or refer our peers or people around us who may need the services at that point of time.
Before, mental health is an issue in Thailand that normally people don't talk about. But now, because of the social media, the times, the influence, and everything, it's make young people having like more positive attitude toward mental health. That okay, it's normal, it's fine.
We ran pre and post surveys of the campaign, and we noticed a significant decrease in the number of young people who have a negative attitude towards mental health, and an increase in the number of people that think that having mental health issues is actually normal. The digital world has created a lot of opportunities and will in young people to be engaged in the life of their communities. They want to change society for the better, not just for themselves, but also for the generations that will come.
I think that young people these days are very optimistic. They're very looking forward to the future and want to make sure that every student have a safe place to shout their voices and problems in the school, not just in my school, my city, or my province, but overall in our country.
หนูรู้ไหมว่าถ้าคนที่ไม่มีเซฟโซนอ่ะมันคือพื้นฐานของการเป็นโรคซึมเศร้าใช่ถ้าเกิดว่าในกรณีเนาะถ้าเกิดหนูเจอเพื่อนแบบเนี้ยพี่แนะนำว่า1ลองพยายามพาเพื่อนหาแบบinterest เช่นฟังเพลงดูหนังหรือไม่ก็พาไปหาของกินอะไรเงี้ยถ้าหนูพยายามทำอะไรที่มันเบสิกที่แบบ ทั่วไปแล้วแบบเพื่อนไม่เจอ interest อะไรอย่างเงี้ยอันนี้ความรู้เนาะก็ลองพาเขาไปทำแบบมันจะมีคอร์สออนไลน์ที่แบบวัดซึมเศร้าของกรมสุขภาพจิตWe know that in Thai community like Thai children have suffered a lot of bullying situations
Young people like Nisha are an example of strength of young people in Thailand. It is encouraging to see that more and more young people want to make a difference.
The most thing I enjoy is listen to other people's passion and they smile and they look happy about their dreams and their passion. It gives you some kind of energy that can boost you to achieve your passion as well.
I'd like to propose a round of applause for these two young people and for the amazing work that they are doing. Really, Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
My passion is to make the student reflect the best and help most of the students who needs it right now. And my life passion is to make everyone have a smile on their face. Just that.
ก็สำหรับหนูการเป็นวัยรุ่นถือว่าเหนื่อยเหมือนกันนะคะเพราะมันก็ถือว่าเป็นวัยหนึ่งที่มันก็ต้องเผชิญกับอะไรหลายอย่างอะค่ะก็แบบความกดดันจากสังคมด้วยแบบความคาดหวังจากการศึกษาจากพ่อแม่เป็นวัยที่เราจะแบบอารมณ์แปรปรวนง่ายรุนแรงอย่างเงี้ยค่ะแล้ว
เราเลือกที่จะตัดสินใจอะไรหลายๆอย่างได้ด้วยตนเองโดยไม่ต้องมีผู้ปกครองหรือพ่อแม่มาเลือกตัดสินใจว่าต้องทำอย่างนี้อย่างนี้อย่างนี้สำหรับผมการเป็นวัยรุ่นมันก็ดีครับมีกิจกรรมมากมายครับผมรู้สึกมีแรงทำนู่นทำนี่เยอะแยะมากมายครับ
You have to be really great in changing by time to time. Mostly a new thing to you in every day. So you have to just dealing with your mental, your health, your everything in every situation.
ข้อดีอ่ะของหนูคือหนูรู้สึกว่าหนูมีวุฒิภาวะในการเลือกคนเข้ามาในชีวิตขึ้นแล้วพอเรามีวุฒิภาวะที่จะเลือกเขาเข้ามาแล้วอ่ะเราก็จะเอนจอยกับสังคมที่เราเลือกมาของหนูหนูรู้สึกว่าหนูได้ทำอะไรแบบใหม่ๆมากขึ้นนะคะอะไรที่ต้องทำก็คือจะทำให้เต็มที่เลยเวลาเล่นก็คือเล่นให้เต็มที่เรียนก็เรียนเต็มที่กิจกรรมก็เต็มที่เลยมันอาจจะเหนื่อยมากๆแต่ว่ามันค่อนข้างที่จะคุ้มค่าค่ะ
What makes you happy?
A lot of things.
Can you name one of them?
My brother and my dog.
Your brother and your
my
dog?
family.
Oh, nice. Family. Definitely family is important. And yeah, I thought you fight a lot with your brother.
Yeah, but I still love him.
Oh, it's nice. Of course. I think being with my children keeps me happy. And also singing keeps me happy. And being around friends. When I meet people, I also feel happy. Because I'm an extroverted person. So,
I'm
yeah.
also an extroverted person.
Are you? Do you feel happier when you meet friends?
Yeah. What's your advice on love?
My advice on love is be authentic. And you know, when you love someone, I think it's important to be open to the person, be authentic, and you know, also be willing to share really how you feel. And how about you?
Just love someone, that's it.
My name is Rahayu Ahmad Asi. I'm 45 years old this year. I'm a professional coach.
I am Esfan Rizal bin Rahwom. I am 46 and I am a teacher. Yeah.
We met in 1994. He was my senior. He was a second-year college student there.
I was the president of the Malay Language Society.
He was collecting some written work, like short stories or poems for the Malay publication.
I wrote a poem to call her lah, at that point in time, yeah. One important part of our family life, we have family meetings. That's when we keep tab of what each other is doing, and also it's a time when we convey important messages lah, face to face.
As they age and grow, it's definitely a new experience for us for each stage. I'm the one who's at home mainly. I'm also like the person they come back to hug, shoulder to cry on, and things like that.
But you cannot end with a power card, right? It's not a power card. It is.
Of course, I also have the responsibility towards my mom, sometimes overseeing her medical appointments, and then sometimes look after my father-in-law.
We are in the middle and pressured from two directions of the things that is important in our life. We have to care for our kids because they are schooling, you know. We need to be emotionally supportive of them. We need to be physically supportive of them. We need to be financially supportive of them.
For women especially, the hormonal changes that you're going through. So sometimes it's not only physical, but emotional. Apart from having to look after the people around you and to be mindful that you need to take care of yourself, to me that is quite a challenge.
Relax. But some really good here.
During midlife, we are the most busy. We are generally stretched really thin, and even as we have mental decline, we don't even realize it, that we are suffering. A lot of the midlifers assume that this is the level of stress and struggle that one needs to be at the stage of their life.
There was a period of denial, right? But then after talking to a few people, then we realized that there are always options, there are always paths for us, and more importantly, my daughter.
She doesn't communicate. But when I learned sometimes that it's not to say anything, sometimes it's just about being present and it's about just listening. And that's when she learned to open up. As our kids age, I think ultimately understanding that as parents, we are a team. We are here together to face them and manage them together. I think not all married couples actually express how they're feeling to each other. I don't know whether it's an Asian culture kind of thing, because when you bottle up too much, being an outburst.
Understanding each other is the important part of it, so that we don't pressure the other person, and then we allow space for the other person, you know. I think IU is the more expressive one. I tend to keep it to myself.
But then I can sense something not quite right. So I would just like ask, did something happen at work, or did something happen with your father or your family?
The pressure I have at work, the things that I'm thinking of, I tend to process it on my own. Some of the way I manage my mental health is sitting down, sometimes just playing games on the handphone, or if I have the time and energy, I just go out for a ride.
I get in touch with a lot of midlifers, and I can definitely say the mental wellness state is not ideal. There's a lot of implications around status at work, around their salary levels, and around where they are in life. So therefore, they may find that it is very difficult to admit to weakness that they feel, in difficult emotions that they have. And so what happens is that they keep it to themselves. And when that happens, it will lead to a place where it becomes quite unhealthy for them because they will ruminate and they have no way of solving the problem, and their mental health will decline. And so this is the time where they need to really carve out the space for their own reflection, as well as what they can gain from the people around them, is really to ask them for their understanding and their support as they go through this difficult time in their life.
Our couple time, it can be as simple as just going down to the coffee shop downstairs and having teh tarik together. Because I think one thing is simple, it's just making time out together. Basically, it's also for both of us to unwind at the end of the day. I think over the years, I've learned that as a couple, you cannot expect to change someone else, but you can only change yourself. And when you change yourself to be a better person, the relationship will somehow evolve. At the end of the day, it's about what do you want in your marriage and not what others want out of it.
What's my challenge at this juncture? Remaining relevant. I want to be relevant where it's meaningful. And that can be a challenge in today's technological world.
I tell my children, anyone asks me how old am I, I'm always 21. 21 at heart. Yeah.
My wife makes me very happy. Okay, if without her, I think very difficult for me to live. You see, because we are together.
Yeah.
She knows me from the day I met her, even before we were married. I think it's the same if I ask her the same question. Is there someone that will make you happy? Because we know each other nuances.
Like, I cannot depend on only one person to make me happy, starting from as young as my nieces and nephew all the way to my grandmother. And in between will be my friends.
Right.
Yeah, my mother.
The priority, the priority is there, right?
Correct.
I think it's important to have that, prioritize the family first. Friends and others outside cannot overtake the importance of family first. Start with making them the family happy, then add on the other factors.
Correct.
When they are lopsided the other way around, I think it's not going to work. When people all spend, they prefer to spend time with friends outside, and then neglect the family, you're going to have problem. Start with family first, then friends. But friends also good. See, just spread the factor, the happiness factor to the others. That's all.
Yeah.
So when you say stress, what's your definition of stress? I mean, how do you feel when you say? I realized that I only truly discovered my identity when I went into coaching. I create content on TikTok and social media platforms to create awareness.
What does anxiety disorder looks like? Is when the person has intense, persistent, excessive fear and worry about daily situations.
Especially when you reach your 40s, right? I realize it's that phase of life where you actually reflect back and ask yourself, what are the challenges that you go through that make you who you are today?
Midlife is often portrayed in modern media that it is called a midlife crisis. I personally would reframe it as a midlife transition. This is actually a very healthy and desired space to really think about your life so far and reflect around how I want my next half of my life to be. This means that they would need to carve out time and space for activities that usually are not on their timetable. These are things including, walks that they take alone, reflection time, and maybe even retreats that could quiet their mind from this noisy world. It is definitely very important for the midlifer to have a community around them.
What INSIDER does is basically this collaborative community where mothers can come together to create this non-judgmental, safe space where they can share and then we learn from each other. So it is also one community whereby we remind mothers that, to better look after the people around you, you have to first look after yourself. After being part of ISH, I realized so much about self-care. If we are drained, be it physically or emotionally, you don't want to be giving leftover to your loved ones. Mothers are sometimes not aware that they are actually going through burnout. And this burnout is not only physical, but it can be mental and emotional burnout. We women, right? We just get angry, But do our family know that we are tired? That's the thing. Do we communicate to our family? Do we communicate to our loved ones that this is what we're feeling? We need to know when to tell others that, hey, I'm almost on the verge of burnout. I need rest. I need time away. I need to take care of myself.
Drawing boundaries, setting time aside for ourselves are really important step for us to look after ourselves and prevent burnout. So we often think of compassion as an outward experience, but we often don't think about compassion being an inward experience. So that when we are actually feeling vulnerable, when we're feeling sad, upset, angry at life, can we truly stop, pause, and listen to what we're saying? And if we do that, and not run away from our emotion, we understand ourselves better. We can help ourselves deal with all these negative emotions. Mindfulness and self-compassion are two very important constructs that has been emerging in our society internationally. With art, I think it can really open up our eyes and to be able to provide a platform for us to grow, for us to learn more about ourselves, and to attain a sense of self-mastery, leading to greater quality of life.
A reminder for myself is that, yes, we give the best of ourselves, but also know that we are not perfect. And when you understand that part, I think you're more forgiving of yourself.
我自己看待健康老化是这样，你有一个很健康的心态去面对你在变老的这个过程当中的每一个状态。 而这个社会也可以用友善、包容的心态来陪伴我们一起变老，这样子。所以这个是我自己定义的健康老化。
If you want to get a good ending of your life, so everything have to start earlier. What you think about, like you are 40, 50, you have to think about when I'm 80, what kind of life I want. Then I have to make some changes nowadays.
We would have no qualms in sharing with our colleagues or friends that I was sick, I was hospitalized, but there's great challenge in saying the words, I am seeing a therapist.
I think everyone have problems in their own daily life, and I think that it's very important to tell yourself that after rain, it's still sunlight, it's still windy, it's still snowing maybe. Like the weather is changeable every day, every time.
So we have Franco's, we have Age Spot. It's a testament to the narrative and the stories that we have in our lives. We cannot really reverse the trend of aging, but how can we age with gracefulness and actually still actively participate into the lives of others and ourselves?
When I'm older, I'll be a cool old person that can relate to young people.
Continue to be active, continue giving back to society, and continue loving people around me.
I want to be proud of who I am a lot more.
What I would say to my younger self is be courageous in whatever life throws you.
To enjoy life at every stage.